So your favorite character says a lot more about you than you think. It's not just about what you like, but it's kind of like what you've been through, what you're carrying, or maybe even who you're becoming. But the question is, why that character? So, this is Thriving Peak. I'm Duke or Thane, whichever you prefer to call me. Today I want to talk about something simple, but not that deep. Today we're talking about favorite characters. Why is your favorite character? Why do we have favorite characters? Just for entertainment purposes? Is it just for recognition, like someone we can relate to someone, right? I'm doing something different again. I'm doing a face-to-face camera. I usually hide behind Marvel Rivals gameplay, but I feel this is a bit more intimate. You can kind of see what I'm saying. I have my notes right here. I'm just going to keep referring back to them. But let's get going, right? We don't just watch our characters. We see ourselves in them, right? Sometimes it's obvious, like relating to the underdog, right? Sometimes it's deeper. You don't even fully understand why you connect with them, but something about them feels somewhat familiar, right? Like they're speaking a language you didn't even know how to say out loud. Some characters don't just entertain you, they translate you, right? They translate for you. They put words, emotions, and meanings into things that you felt but could never explain. Pain, guilt, loneliness, anger, hope. And when you see it on the screen, it kind of hits different, right? Because now it's not just yours anymore. It's understood. And it's not just on the screen. It could be in a book or in a story that you hear. Sorry, I'm a veteran, so I'd be looking behind me and shit. I'm outside, right? But yeah, it's not just yours anymore. You feel relatable. You feel related to. And they have different archetypes and so on and so forth, right? Characters like Batman and Wolverine, they don't say much, but they carry everything. They carry pain, they carry responsibility, they carry trauma, obviously, but they just move forward anyways, right? There's a good chance you've learned to handle things, that if that fits with you, there's a good chance you've learned to handle things on your own. That you've got and then also you've got the underdogs like Naruto, one of my personal favorites, Spider-Man, Goku, Rocky Balboa. If you're like into the boxing, Rocky Balboa is one of my favorite personally. You know, I'm from a place not too far from Philly, so I relate a lot to that. But they're not supposed to win, but they do anyways, right? And if those are your favorites, you probably believe, even if it hasn't been fair, you still have a shot. You know, that you're the underdog, and that's what you resonate with, right? But your favorite character can change, and I feel like somewhat they can, and also when you rewatch or rehear something, you interpret it to how you relate to it today, because necessarily you don't always have those stories and those emotions to translate, and you live a little bit more life, and then you do relate to those characters, right? And here's something interesting. Your favorite character might change depending on where you are in life, or even who you're watching it with, right? Because you could watch it with someone else and be like, I've always wanted to share these things with you, but I couldn't, so hey, that person's my favorite character and this is why, and so on and so forth. Because you're not the same person you were when you first saw them. You evolve, so your reflection changes, right? For me, if you're a Naruto fan, my favorite character used to be Obito, so much to the point that I got him tattooed on my arm. Him and Kakashi, I was kind of tied between the two of them, but they went through the same thing, but they just learned two various outcomes of the things. Naruto's like a goated anime. If you haven't watched it, or if you're interested in those sentimental stories and things like that, I used to like poke fun at it too. I used to be like, Goku could beat Naruto's ass, yada yada yada. But I have 0 Dragon Ball tattoos, and I have like, I think 2 or 3 Naruto ones. So like, that goes to show, like, I didn't know. But it wasn't random. It was because I understood Obito. He was guilt-ridden. He was grieving. He had that huge feeling of loss, so much that he decided to change the entire world for it, and for the better. He had great intentions, having good intentions, but not always knowing how to carry them out the right way. And I connected to that deeply, so much so that I have it tatted. But over time, I grew, and I still have respect and love for Obito. But I know that there's healthier ways to deal with emotions like those, right? But I don't need him the same way I did, and that says something. I evolved from there, right? But let me know. I should edit this, but I mean, fuck it. We're going. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to be for a reason, baby. We're here to learn. You know. I keep looking behind me too. My bad. So what does your favorite character say about you? Maybe reflect something that you've been through. Maybe reflects who you admire or what you admire, or maybe it just reflects who you're trying to become. And here's the beautiful part. You ready? Two people can love the same character for completely different reasons. And that's where the connection happens. That's where the conversations start. That's where the bridges are built, right? So I want to ask you, in closing, who are your favorite characters and what form of media? And why is that? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it, because you might realize something about yourself that you didn't before, and I would love to hear about it. So, I've been Thane or Duke, whichever you prefer. You've been great, and this has been Thrive and Peak. Have a good one.